You corona ass motherfucker. Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back to Welcome back to the Gamescast today. And only today, we are here to talk about an interesting subject that obviously you got a hint of right here and you know from the title. We're going to be talking about the coronavirus's effect on not just potentially a Nintendo Direct, but in general, the gaming industry this year, what's going to be happening, how announcements are going to be handled, what things are going down, right? So, first of all, before we get into all that, please stay safe, please take care of yourselves. I think we all have we all know that feeling of being like, nothing's ever going to happen to me. But obviously you never know, so keep safe, like wash your hands, don't go to massive conventions right now, even though they're all being canceled and shit. So try to just take care of yourself wherever you are in the world, so that's the #1 priority. Next, let's talk about how this coronavirus is a pretty big concern right now in the video game industry, and a lot of industries in general. A lot of events are getting canceled, a lot of plans are getting shifted. There's already talks of potentially PS5 and Xbox, whatever, Series X being delayed to next year due to manufacturing issues and shit like that. So it's a pretty big deal. Again, I don't want it to sound like the end of the world, like it is only 100,000 cases, which is still a big number, but that's really small in the grand scheme of people who buy consoles and phones and all that stuff. So there's that. But let's talk about, first of all, the Nintendo Direct, right? Because it's something, obviously, that's something we all ask ourselves every day. I do think something's a little weird about that. I do think it is odd of Nintendo to go this long with a silence. I mean, again, we've talked about this before. This is beyond the point of be patient, it'll come. This is just a unprecedented thing for Nintendo, especially at a time where they don't have that many titles like announced already. You know, like I understand Animal Crossing's coming, that's very important, but usually, right, we have a solid lineup of shit we know about, right? So, but for right now we don't, and it is very weird that Nintendo's gone this long without a silence. Now, granted, the longer we go without a Direct, the closer we're getting to one. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there will be one eventually, right? Because they gotta announce shit. It's just a matter of when, not if. But like, I don't want to say that the Direct was fully affected by Corona, because like, you gotta think they had an Animal Crossing one, they had a Pokemon one, they had a Smash one. So people are working at companies in Japan and shit and doing their thing. But I don't know, like, there is a chance that it's affecting it somewhere. I'm sure there's been a week or two internal delay at some point because of it, and I'm sure third parties are having a big issue. Now, what's a really interesting topic I want to get into was how the potential lack of a Direct is going to cause other companies to make their own announcements of stuff, because you got to think about it, right? There's so many of these cons getting canceled. For example, last night, SXSW just got canceled, which is a gaming event that takes place in March, where we were going to get the announcement of the next Sonic projects, right? The Sonic Twitter addressed that and said, hey, since the event is canceled, we will be finding a new way to format our information this April. Now, this could mean either two things. One, a sort of Sega presentation where like Sega has a bunch of trailers for the games, or a Sonic specific live streamer presentation. Like, clearly it's obviously hinting at that. They're talking about having a new format, so we're already going to be seeing the seeds of what's next for the Sonic franchise, right, in its own presentation. And I think as time is going on, right, and Nintendo is more silent on their stuff, because again, let's remember, Nintendo Directs don't just announce exclusives, they announce third-party ports, they announce stuff that's coming to the platform in general, or they just make general announcements. So if Nintendo's not doing that, then other companies can take that into account. Obviously, with the lack of just gaming events going on, I mean, GDC was postponed, and that was going to be a place where, I know GDC isn't a place where we get big announcements, but a lot of developers meet up, you get new information on new consoles and shit like that, so that's already a shift there. And we right now, again, like we said, SXSW canceled. So like, as events are getting canceled, the big one in question right now is E3, because E3 is the one where if things keep getting worse within the next month or two, I feel like by the end of April, we will know if E3 is canceled or not, because like, that'll be when we can assess the situation a bit more, and we'd still be 2 months off from the event. So right now they can still hold their head high, but hey, again, we'll see what happens there, because again, if E3 doesn't happen, it's gonna be a shit show of every company needing to announce their shit and their games outside of the fucking conferences. So they're gonna all have their own presentations, all have their own things. So it's actually a really interesting time we're in, because this virus, right, is kind of affecting how everything is gonna be for the next few months, again, unless things get randomly better. Like, and I don't know what's going on with all that stuff. I don't keep up too much with Corona to know if there's a cure going on, if what is the fix, what is the long-term plan. So yeah, that's a big issue, and that's the thing we're gonna have to think about, right? So again, it is, yes, to this point, it's no longer that we're being impatient about a direct, it's that there's definitely something weird going on internally, because unless Nintendo's got no games this year, right, unless like for some reason they're like, we got like 5 games this year, there's like no point of doing a presentation. It's weird because again, like right now, unless there's a game that's coming out, I don't think Nintendo ever markets a game a month before release, so I don't think there's going to be a big April release. And they got to do a May game. They could have a May game, they could have a June one, and later again they could have a banger second half of the year, right? But the first half is clearly dominated by Animal Crossing, and that's going to be their jam. And again, if we get a Sega Direct with Sega announcements, a PlayStation State of Play, it's also weird that we haven't got that in 3 months. So there's just a lot of weird shit going on with the industry, and again, it's a shifting, ever shifting thing we're seeing and understanding. So we'll see what happens. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are. Let me know if you think this is going to be a bigger problem down the line, if you think things are going to get better. I don't know. Let me know. Thank y'all for watching, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace. I love you.